And then when I follow up on the reports that I've submitted, nobody was working on them. So I realized, this is just how things are out here. So I wanted to do something that is more involving, something that's more fulfilling, and something that will make me feel spent. So that's when I decided to get into entrepreneurship. And the main reason we got into education is we realized that there's also a mismatch between the skills that are needed out of school and the skills that people are getting in schools.
All right. And you as a fashion designer, what is your specialization? What do you specialize in what you make?
Okay.
School?
We specialize in menswear, childrenwear, and women's wear.
All right. Thank you. Madam Messi, we've heard your story and what you do. From my reports, you started this in 1993. This is up to 2021. What are the successes we've had? What are the challenges you've had? And what are the lessons you've learned along the way?
You're too fast.
Sorry. You started fashion design in 1993, if I'm not wrong. Mm-hmm. We are in 2021. Mm-hmm. So what are the challenges you've encountered along the way? What are the lessons and what are the successes?
I'll start with the successes.
All right.
Most of the people I've taught, they are now self-reliant. And most of the boys who I taught in the ghettos have families right now, and they are running their own businesses. The challenges are to get sponsors, and also to the fabric. Because I'm a textile designer, it's very hard to get natural fibers, because our country, unfortunately, when we harvest cotton, for example, we send the raw materials to China, get the fabric done there, they print the fabric there, bring it back to us, have EPZs, teach them, take them to America, they wear those clothes, they bring us back mitumba, and that's where we are at right now. That's a challenge, getting raw material in Kenya. And what else did you ask me?
What are the lessons that you learned?
The lessons are many. That you have to be original in your designs. Originality matters. And I don't even believe in this IP, intellectual property, because even if you do that, people still copy your stuff in another way or the other. What I believe is if you design, next time design something else, just originate. Be the original designer of something. Don't wait to copy. That's what I've learned.
All right. My second question to you. How have you been handling stress and pressure all these years?
You really want me to answer that?
Yes, please.
Okay. I've gone through so much. Let me not cheat you. Sometimes you can even get into a depression. At one point, things were not very good for me. I lost my son, who was 28, and we used to work together. He was my partner in Messi Enterprises. And when I lost him, it was a very big blow for me. I went into alcohol. I really drank a lot. And I cannot cheat you that this home I started working with in St. Olive, Green Olives, I even call you Saints. In Green Olive, they really helped me to get out of that. I kept myself busy. I just looked for something to keep me busy and something exciting. And when I see the girls modeling today, I am so impressed. I'm so happy. And today I think we'll have a party. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. On to the next speaker, Mr. Musa Oyo. What inspired you to come up with Juwa? kindly just emphasize on that again. And then I'd like you to tell us, how did you cope during COVID-19?
So what inspired me to come up with Juwa was actually during the time when there was COVID-19, a lot of designers that time told me, Musa, right now I cannot make any other outfit. I cannot dress your models. We have closed shop. In fact, I was shocked when they said we have closed shop. When things were starting to get normal a bit, I tried to call them again. Musa, I don't think I'm doing designing again. So, in fact, there are several designers that told me that way. They've even changed their career path because during this COVID-19, it was a very huge blow to most businesses. Even I, with our management, modern management, we didn't have a job from I think March until December. That is when we saw at least something, an income. So now that brings you back and says, what were you doing during that time now, between March until December last year? So Vincent, I remember that time, called me. In fact, Timeless Fashion Forum is one of my biggest event. So we did it in 2019. So coming 2020, I had sponsors ready. So March hit, they're like, Musa, we are pulling out. Like almost all of them. So I said, wow, now will my Timeless Fashion Forum go? So I remember Vincent calling me and told me that, Musa, I need you to do Timeless Fashion Forum on September. And that time there was still no gathering. And I told, now Vincent, how am I going to make an income? The sponsors whom I was counting on, they told me, we're not going to support you. I cannot do this. In fact, he told me, Musa, come to Alliance, sit down here. What's the challenge that you're having? Whatever challenge you have, let's solve it. We'll call creatives together. We sit down with them. It's not about money. It's about now continuing the idea, pushing out the project that you have to reach out. Can we go virtual? So I told her this will be a risk, but I'm willing to take that risk. And Alliance also took that risk with us. And I remember we are with Kelvin from K-Lenses. He told me, Musa, I'm going to bring you a team of 5 videographers. And you know, having one videographer is already, it's a huge budget. Now 5, I was even shocked. I was like, now where do I start with 5? If 1, it's already a problem. What about 5? So he told me, Musa, don't worry. This you're doing at least for fashion too. As in fashion is Silale, Mombasa. So even right now, as you type Mombasa virtual, the first video you'll see is Timeless Fashion Forum on YouTube.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. So we did it without anyone, actually. It was intentional. In fact, we even slept at Alliance because the curfew was at 9. I was with designers like Jojo, who will be coming today and present a very important piece. It's a tribute by Pierre Cardin, which she'll show after a few minutes. So she was one of the people who supported me. Another designer who supported me, I remember, was Kuringa Collections, who taught you the DIY. So she told me, Musa, I know right now we're not making income, but let's risk and do and other. And we have also Telamiki. In fact, Telamiki, it was his first time showcasing, and said, after Timeless, he told me, Musa, whatever projects you're doing, involve me. And there was JW show. He told Musa, I'm going to make you an outfit. We are going to Nairobi together. You cannot leave me and in Mombasa. We must go together. So the connection, in fact, I can say also in a way, during this pandemic, it also helped us connect with more people.
Like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, more like a blessing in disguise. Because right now, even what I'm wearing is made by Telamik.
Wow.
So right now I can say I have a designer whenever I go any place. So it's a blessing also. And that's also, thank you, brother. And that's also where I also met Mr. Saitoti. Through me and Mickey going to Nairobi. We are the only 2 people who went from Mombasa to Nairobi in that event. So we represented Coast, and that's where I met Mr. Saitoti. And I can say the progress until now, at least work has started to come in for our models, for our brand, and also for, in fact, even Vipingo Ridge called us recently. We did a shoot with them. So I can say the progress is going well. Even from the challenges, we made sure that we survived through all these challenges. So my advice can be also to the designers and everyone who is here. Even if you face challenges during that time and you are here right now and you're still in the fashion creative industry, all I can say is congrats, bro, or congrats, sister. What you're doing is very important. So keep on doing what you're doing, study hard, explore more. In fact, if you being here also, it's already a plus because you're here to get information, to get knowledge. And there's one designer who told me that knowledge, you can either struggle to find it or use a lot of income or some income in order to get that information. So that's how you can get knowledge. You struggle or you pay something in order to get that information. So whatever means you are getting information, you are good to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Musa. Let's clap for him. On to our last speaker, Mr. Robert. I'd like you to speak something about the creative economy and how designers can actually tap into that sector.
Yeah, thank you, Quinta. So my name is Robert Katavi. I'm here also representing Swahili Pot Hub. Swahili Pot Hub is the home of creatives and techies in Mombasa. So we have had this discussion previously. That is why the Swahili Pot Hub was coined. That is around 4 years ago, trying to tap into this creative economy because we realized Mombasa has a lot of potential in the creative economy. And this is a sector that has been neglected a lot since before. And many youths actually associate themselves. They are doing drugs, but we'll find someone is talented, he can rap. Many of them can rap, many of them can paint. So a lot of youths have been coming to Swahili Pot Hub to get assistance of this. And Swahili Pot Hub, I can say, has done very well. It's the home of many creatives. I can say Roca as well, that's our home, because that is where the idea came. And we got support and the push to market our products up to where we are currently. And there are many other, all forms of arts, they're there. And the challenge is that I can say is the government to some part has not also done their role very well to ensure we are supporting this. But we're very thankful that recently the county government of Mombasa launched the creative economy, which is a major boost to showcase and to explore this creative economy. Because there's a recent study that was done. There's a lot of potential. There are almost 200 jobs that can be given out of creative economy. I can give a good example. Let's say in filming. You know, before you see that act there, let's say I'll give an example of Pete. Ukiona actor pale na act. Before that act is done, there's a lot of jobs that are created. Kuna producer, kuna nani, almost 10, 20 jobs. So these are the things that the county government, in partnership with other forums, like this is a big congratulations to Musa because of organizing this. This is a learning platform for us to explore more ways in the creative economy. So such platforms actually really help to enable people to learn more on the opportunities that are there. So I'm very glad for the county government of Mombasa. They are taking a step on this and also supporting other partners like Swahili Pot Hub and other hubs here in Mombasa to ensure that we are tapping more into this creative economy.
Thank you, Robert. Now, do we have any available grants to the designers, or rather to the creatives in Mombasa County?
Yes, I can say there are grants. Even the county government recently released the revolving fund, which is an interest-free. You can get up to 100,000 interest-free. So they also encourage a lot of creatives to apply for that grant. And I can say also the British Council has been supporting the creative economy a lot. Even recently we had a session at English Point Marina, and they also committed themselves to support women entrepreneurs who are in the creative economy. So I can say there are a lot of opportunities in the creative economy. The main challenge that we have with artists is that, you know, with an art, most artists, let's say musicians or actors, maybe you may say they may not have the capacity to maybe to write proposals and to look for these grants. Someone anajua tu mimi nataka niimbe, niuze my art like that, but they don't derive the business side of it. So that is why these trainings and workshops are very important to enable us to learn these opportunities so that we can grow even further.
All right, lastly, how can the designers from Mombasa get access to those grants?
Very simple. First, Swahilipot spearheads a lot of these forums. Yeah, so they can come to Swahilipot Hub. We have a team of creative. I'm representing Lenium. So he got an emergency. That's why he just told me now. So I had to represent him. We work together at Swahilipot Hub. I'm in the research department, but Lenium leads the creative department. We do a lot of forums. Every month we do FDG, focus group discussions, just to explore more opportunities that we have in the creative economy here in Mombasa. So that is a good avenue that I know creatives here in Mombasa can come and get opportunities from.
All right, thank you, Robert. Let's clap for him kindly. Back to you, Mr. Saitoti, as we wind up. Do you have any exchange programs available in your school?
Yes, but that you mean for students from
Going
Mombasa?
abroad. Yeah, no.
Oh, no,
students
going
in
abroad.
school going abroad.
No, we've not had that as yet.
All right.
But we do have foreigners coming to study at our school during their stay in Kenya.
How is it? How is it going? How's the going of it?
The going is good because they're able to learn what Kenyans love, and they're able also to exchange with our students what they do back in their country.
All right.
We've had the privilege of having students from almost all continents apart from Antarctica. We've had from Canada, UK, Thailand, and some other islands in the Caribbean. I think I've forgotten a few of the names.
Okay.
Thank you.
Madam Messi, last one. You've said since 1993, there's always been a lack of textiles in the country. What can be done? Because in the foreseeable future, I think we're still going to be crying, or rather singing the same song of they're not textiles. What can be done?
I think what I was thinking the other day is Coast Province has a lot of raw materials. There is sisal, there is mnazi, there is cotton in Mpeketoni or something. There is a lot of cotton. And what I was thinking, and I've always been thinking about this, is industrialization. We should start like Mtwapa. Of late, when you drive through Mtwapa, there are a lot of big industries coming up. I think we should not even us as entrepreneurs, we should come up with something or an organization. We should have an organization here in Mombasa or in the Coast Province where we can have an industry in Mtwapa, because I hear Mtwapa is very lucrative right now. You can get there's a lot of land, so you can start a ginnery for cotton, and also the sisal. Instead of exporting our raw materials, why don't we just stay here with our raw materials and get machines to start processing the raw materials here, just like the way we used to have Kisumu cotton mills and the likes. Yeah.
Thank you. Musa, last one. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as a manager, and also with your foundation, or rather with the organization?
Through working with the organizations such as Delight, the JW Show, and SIB Kenya, KEPSA, and all other industry players, I believe that through these fashion conversations, we can go really far. We can even cross borders from coast. We can go to Nairobi, or even cross out of the country, because us as Terra Model Management, we have that drive to push. We have that drive to steer ourselves forward in order for people to get this impact of information. Because I know there have been a lot of fashion shows, and but when it comes now to giving people information on what they need to know and what they need to understand, it's a topic that is very rare. People do shows, after they end, what next? In fact, one of the biggest questions that someone asked me was, I am good in production, but I cannot make sales. What do I do? In fact, I believe that question should have been thrown maybe to one of us, one of the designers.
My next question to Robert, because
that's nice.
you guys have had to make bags and I want you to explain to us your marketing strategy and what can you advise the designers to use during their marketing, their products.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I can say we have made some successful miles in marketing our products. Very simple, but right now we're in the digital economy, so we have to accept and live with that. So we are using these tools. One of my co-founders sitting right there is John Kamau. He is a digital strategist. So we harness a lot of social media, Google ads. Some are not very expensive because most people fear of using these ads, but some are free. So it's just learning how to use the SEOs, Google ads. Those are free marketing strategies that you can be able to harness for your products so that you can see how you can market. Because we have seen a lot of creatives don't know how to market themselves very well. That's a major challenge. Even that's an issue that we get in Swahili Pot Hub, and we have a lot of mentors who come there just to teach guys how to use it. The other thing is to use your database. As an artist, there's another book that I read. Maybe some also can agree or not agree, but if you create just a good database for your fan base or people who buy your products, just like 500, you see, you make sure those people are your loyal people. Like anything that you give out, those are people that can easily buy. So that's another marketing strategy that I learned. So you could strive towards that, ensuring that you are satisfying, their needs, so that whenever you come out, you release any of your products, these are the people that can easily support you. So that's another aspect that we can also try and venture into. And I'm sure we'll be able to see products, even if not all of them, but quite a number of percentage of that can be able to make you grow, actually, not even relying on any other source of income. Yes.
Thank you for that. Now, I want to take 2 questions from the audience. Any question to our speakers here? Any question, any comment?
I have a comment before we get one from the audience. Chief, unaweza tuinulia your bag, please? Okay, how much do you think this bag is worth? 2K, yeah? Someone else? Yeah? How much? 3K, yeah? 5,000? Okay. What? 2.5, yeah? Sawa, thanks. Just put it down. Now, there's one observation you need to make. Mshaiona mama samosa ama mama uji ameenda biashara yake imegrow, amefungua hoteli kama Java ama Art Cafe? Mshaiona? Kunaye? Okay, because ukienda kununua samosa kwa mama uji atakuzia pesa ngapi? 10 bob, si ndio? Aya, ukienda ununue samosa Java utauzia pesa ngapi? 50 bob, at least, si ndio? Java, samosa ya Java ni ngapi ama Art Cafe? Ni 100, si ndio? So moja. Sasa ule amekuzia 10 bob na huyo amekuzia 100. Nani ametengeneza pesa ya maana? Nani utampata amefungua branch nyingine, mwenye ameinvest in ICT, mwenye amelipa digital strategist? So it's as simple as that. So get your pricing right, sell to your customers, but make sure pia wewe umepata kitu yako mzuri, si ndio? At times you can just sell to survive. Hata mimi when I told you some time back we were selling printers. Unanunua printers za maybe 500,000, landlord anakuja anataka umlipe rent, si ndio? A customer comes in, print umenunua 40,000, akona 38,000, unamuzia. Because hawezi lipa landlord na printer, si ndio? He needs cash, he needs a check. So you just sell at a loss. But now when you're able to like grow a bit, sasa you're able, you must make sure that you're selling at a good margin so that you're able to grow your business. That's how iPhone ime grow. Infinix hawezi fikia level ya iPhone. Inaweza? Because iPhone akikuzia phone anakuzia 120,000, si ndio? Na ime cost 40,000. Infinix utanunua 25,000, ime cost maybe 10,000 or so the margins really vary. Sawa. Aya.
Any question from the audience?
They need an answer. We provide an answer for the price.
Oh, at the bag, I got it at 1,500 from a designer.
If you don't, any question? Yes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jennifer. I have a question for Mr. Saitoti. Okay, courtesy of Young Africa. Do you usually work with certain modeling? Do you work with certain modeling agencies to showcase your designs? And if someone is interested, like for example, to work with you as a freelancer, what will be your take on that?
Okay, we would welcome the idea because as an organization, you don't have a binding agreement with one particular modeling agency. So that gives us the independence to work with models individually or with their agencies directly.
If someone is interested to reach out, because I'm not seeing the social.
No, just Google Delete Africa. You'll get our contacts, everything.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Tutoe ile lunch kwa tumbo kwa kuuliza tu maswali.
I would like to comment. We are opening a school in Kilifi for designers, and we are going to concentrate mostly on product development. So when our students leave our college, they are either self-employed or even if you're employed, you are a skilled worker, not kubambanya. You know, most of the designs in Kenya, I'm sorry to say, people ask why they can't export. It's because of very little small problems which we have in stitching. We have a standard size stitching. If you have to stitch a bag, it has a standard size stitching. If you have to export your textiles, you have to tell them what type of dyes you use. When you're doing the zips, there's a particular type of zip you have to use. And also every finishing you do, it is checked by, there's a measurement they give you, you have to measure with that. Like if you check on this bag, it went to Birmingham and back. If you look at the stitching, you can even go around with it. Look at the stitching of this bag. It's every stitch counts. They just put a gauge. They either reject it or you don't get an order. So we have to be very careful when we are stitching, either clothes or bags. That's how you get market outside this country. And you have to go through product development. We are soon opening a college where we'll be hands-on, more hands-on than theory. Thank you.
Makofi pia ni kazi siku ya leo tumejipatia. Maswali. Maswali.
Hapa mbele, kindly.
Hapa mbele.
I have a question for you. When you say that bag has been to Birmingham and back, did it pass the standards?
Yes, it did. That's why it went to Birmingham.
Okay, I'll come and look at it nicely.
We were not, what happens with Export Promotion Council when they take your products outside for exhibitions, they go there so that you can get orders and then they bring back your product because it has not gone through the KRA of their country. So they can't allow you to sell your product there. It has to come back to our country, but you get orders. You can have a look at it.
Wacha tukuje na hii bag. Kama kuna maswali pia una nini?
One more last question for the audience.
Yule ambaye analala tunamwangalia pia. Nitakuwa nakutaja tu from nowhere anakuambia fulani ni wewe. Saiko. Kunta, nimesema hivyo watu wamenikazia macho sahihi.
Teachy. All right. If you don't have a question, kindly let's clap for them as they leave the stage. Thank you. Our next panelist will be Helen Mwanzia, Taylor Mickey, Dingy Ware, Stephen Hebrews,
Please, tukitaja hizo majina tunawapigia makofi jamani. Tumetoka tu lunch.
Kindly come on stage. We'd like to appreciate our partners here and sponsors, Alliance Francaise, Terra Model Management, Delight Africa, SIB Kenya, KEPSA, G4G Africa, Afro Fashion Connect, Haley Model Management, Swahili Port Hub, and the JW Show. Kindly, if you're not on stage, come. We save on time. Tupatie mziki kidogo.
Makofi ya Hells tafadhali anapoingia. Mbona amekuja akikanyaga ni kama ataki kidogo kidogo tu. Aste.
Stephen Hebrews, you're here? Haley? Dingy where? He's not. Who can it? And then Taylor Mickey. All right. Let's get some music, please. Kidogo tu.
Okay, wakati DJ anatafutia music hapo, ni vizuri zaidi. Mgeuke mwambie unakaa kulala.
Unakaa kulala, nyinyi mnakaa.
Ukiona ongei ni kama ile kutokuosha mdomo morning na kukula saizi na affect. Si ndio? So inakaa kama itakuchoka, sio? So mwambie wacha kulala. Kuna mtu anajua tu. Mwambie wacha kulala. So DJ, uko tayari? DJ tupate kamziki kidogo.
Taveta, whereby nilizaliwa. After my secondary nikaja Mombasa, nikaenda college, on which I'm a college dropout. 2019 nili drop out college sababu ya fees. After hapo challenge za maisha nikawa sina anything ya kudo, so ikanibidi niwe na shona viatu. Nikawa na shona viatu, then na go around nafanya sales mwenyewe. After hapo jioni nafanya kwa club, mchana nauza viatu. So after hapo nikaendelea hivyo like miezi kadhaa. Nikaona hii life bana, siwezi acha kitu napenda iende hivyo. So ilinibidi nimetafuta one of my friend, ikabidi ni risk. Pesa nimekuwa nikisave, nikiuza viatu, nikifanya kwa club. Ikabidi nichanganye ile pesa, nikaomba loan from my friend. Nikamwambia bana nisaidie na loan.
Yeah, how much?
15k.
15,000.
Yeah, na nilikuwa nimesave 8k. So after hapo nikafungua workshop, on which my mom alikuwa tailor. but ilifikia mali akawa naumwa, haizi fanya ile job, so mashine ikawa imelala tu kwa nyumba. So nashukuru Mungu, nilipofungua workshop nilichukua mashine yake ndo natumia mpaka sasa hivi.
Alright, so at this stage, let's clap for him. This is inspiring. Who taught you how to sew?
First, mimi nilipoenda college, kwanza naweza ambia mshukuru Mungu. Kwanza nilipoenda Nairobi, nilifurahia chenye Delight wanafanya. Sababu mimi sikupitia hivyo. Mimi nilikokuwa college, nilifundishwa kushona shati ya shule na trouser mara moja. But naona Delight wanafanya vitu amazing. So nilipofika pale Nairobi niliona I was like, wow, niko nyuma. So I have a lot of work to do. Unaona? So ilinibidi natumia YouTube. Na one of my friends wa mtaani alikuwa anashona. Ikabidi namfuata, ananifundisha na learn na YouTube. Mpaka sasa hizi nguo nimevaa, nimejishonea through YouTube.
Wow. Can you please stand with check on you? Wow. So what's this style?
Mostly mina based na African design. Because of our culture. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. This is beautiful.
Makofi jamani.
My last question. So what's your favorite part of being a fashion designer? Of course you've had challenges, but you've had also good moments. So what are they?
My kitu nashukuru sana 2018 nilipokuwa fresher college. Niliteuliwa niende kwa competition. Sijui anything, sina any idea. But all in all nikatumia ujuzi wa kutengeneza viatu, bags, nikaenda kwa competition. Na hapo nilikuwa number 1. Yeah. So mpaka sasa niko na certificate ya best designer in Mombasa in 2018, sorry. Yeah.
Good job you're doing.
Thank you.
Hailey, what challenges have you faced? 1 as a model and 2 as a manager of a modeling agency. What are the challenges have you faced?
Wow. Models have a lot of challenges because once you start this industry, we don't get someone to show you the ropes. It's either a friend who tells you can be a model because of your height, and you don't get the chance to go through the training and be equipped with the right skills. So you just get in, you go to a competition, you get frustrated, or you go to high fashion, you don't get paid, and you don't have anyone to turn to or to ask for advice, because the people around you, they are those people who push you to do it, but they're not the right people to mentor you. So when I started in 2013, my modeling journey, and I started with beauty pageants. I've done Miss World Kenya, I've done Miss Tourism, and through that, I've been able to acquire the skills that I'm using right now to be able to impact other models who are coming up in the industry. For me, I feel like I was privileged to go through that process because I got a chance to get equipped with the skills. And I've been able to represent Kenya twice in 2 competitions international. I've gone to Miss District International Kenya, whereby I was able to represent Kenya in Benin. And I've done World Next Top Model 2017, where I represented Kenya in Lebanon. Wow. So I would say the fact that I got people who gave me a chance and gave me that space to be who I am right now, it's what I'm using to be able to now channel the other models and give them a chance to be able to have a good time when they're going in the industry. Yeah.
All right. Now, with your modeling agency, how are you contributing to helping the community?
Okay. My fashion journey has been great. I've had a privilege to dress people. Great people, by that I mean great people.
Do you mind sharing?
Not really.
Okay,
Luckily they are great people.
All right.
Fashion, mimi Mombasa sijui nimependa Mombasa, and I'd love to bring what I have huku Mombasa sijui. I just feel a vibe iko huku. I feel like I should do something, not even on a larger level, kuanzia tu chini and tukipanda. Thank you.
Karibu.
So basically that's me, and you can check out my page, Hebrews Fashion Line, pale IG na pia Facebook. That's my page.
All right. My second question to you: what are the work ethics that you believe in while working with designers and models?
Okay. Models ajitume pia.
I'll see you.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is our last question to all of you. So COVID happened. How did it affect you and how are you bouncing back? I'll start with Mickey as we wrap up.
Kiupande wangu mi COVID iliniaffect sana. Nilikuwa nimeitwa interview kwa radio station fulani, Voi. Actually lockdown ilinipata Voi. So nikawa siwezi rudi Mombasa. Ilibidi nikae huko miezi mitatu. Nikiwa nimefunga shop. Workshop nimefunga, hakuna mtu naweza kumwachia. So ilinibidi nimetumia ujanja nikarudi. Baada ya kurudi kwa workshop nilikuwa sina any saving. Juu nimekaa Voi natumia cash hairudi. So kufungua workshop ilinibidi struggle a lot. But sasa nashukuru. Baada ya muda nilipata deals. Nikavisha some radio presenters. Yeah.
All right.
No.
To you, Hailey.
I believe everyone was affected by COVID. And
Absolutely.
for me, I went back home. I'm from Nakuru. And before COVID, before March, I had like 4 events following each other up. And some of them were part of my event. So I'd invested on them. So once they said like can't do gathering, I had to just cut everything. I'm a fashion model. That is what I do, like from morning till evening. I don't have like a 8 to 5 job whereby I go to an office, regardless of having my own degree. So I had to go back home. And going back home meant I need to see how I can continue what I'm doing. And thank God, because at least I'm good with social media, I was able to do some classes online. But at first, it wasn't that quick. It was taking time. And again, you're not psyched up. So you still need time to adjust to what is happening. You're not sure of tomorrow. So you're not sure if I should do this. Should I go on creating more events or training? Because again, a model comes to you, you do the online session, they're asking you, so to corner COVID, when am I going to get my next job? So do I need this training right now? And I don't know when I'm going to be able to work again. So it's challenging to be able to convince them to take up this skill. And after a while, when things start flowing up, they can be able to use those skills. So for me, I had to go back home. Yeah, and now I'm back here.
You're welcome. To you, Hebrews.
Thank you. For me, COVID ilinipata vibaya pia. I had some orders kwa watu wa harusi, rorasho, watu wanataka kwenda photoshoot, but you know, venye kila kitu ilikansoliwa, obviously, sasa huwezi shonea mtu. Because utashona after COVID, maybe ama after ile period utafunguliwa, unapata hiyo nguo hizi mtosha. So everything had to be cancelled. But slowly by slowly, we are coming back again. And tunashukuru the process. It's good. Yeah.
Wow. Let's clap for them kindly. Thank you for that. I'm going to take 2 questions from the audience. If you have any question, kindly. Yes, Pamba?
Check. I have a question from designers. I have this challenge of designers here in Kenya, whereby they don't invest in model and a good image. As in, when I'm talking a good image, about the image that people are displaying there in social media, because nowadays it's social media. But we find us like in a Haley and us photographers, the tender that we are getting the people who are international, or the shop which they are here in Kenya, which they are international. Why these local designers and here in Kenya? Why are they getting those challenges to do a shoot, maybe to take a model? Because mostly of the shoot that I'm doing for local designers, they say I have a niece. They don't see the importance of having a model. I want to understand why designers are doing that. I have a niece, or I have a neighbor. Why neighbor? Why you not taking a very professional model so you can do a shoot so that can sell you a very good image? So that's my question.
Will answer.
Thank you for the question. Venye nilisema tu nikiongea, if you're a designer ni kujituma, and ukijituma inamaanisha you know what you want. So if you need professional photos for your page and for your sales, hautamind kuinvest. So mtu mwenye invest kwa vitu kama hizo, for me naweza sema hajajua bado ile level anataka kufika. So for me, I have a model who I work with and I'm grateful for that. And kwa designer mwingine, hiyo ni call poa. You take up that challenge, have a model, it helps you. Inasaidia sana. Yep, basically that's what I can say.
Haley, you want to add something?
This is a challenge to the designers or to any person who wants a model to maybe market their products. I'll tell you, working with a professional person, it makes even your work easy than going on set with a person who is not equipped with the skills. And I'll tell you, in Mombasa, when it came to Mombasa, the challenge was people don't believe modeling is something that is work ethic because of the culture in Mombasa. But I feel like so far what we are doing and the models that are here, we have been able to shape that picture and tell our audience or our designers or our clients, we are here to give you the services that you want. So please kindly work with us because we have the right kind of people that you need for your products. Yes.
That's well answered. Any other question? Last question from the audience. Yes, please.
Okay, 1, 2.
Good afternoon again. My question is going to be for Haley. First of all, I have to commend you for the job that you're doing and how you're giving back in the modeling industry in Mombasa, and also for your accolades that you've achieved so far. So I just need to know, what are the standards that you have, the requirements that you have for any aspiring model to join your agency? And I guess, yeah, that will be it for now. The requirements, yeah, and if someone would want to work with you, what would it take?
For me, I would say this to anyone who has a management or an agency for a model. Modeling is very wide, and I'll tell you, everyone right now can be a model. You just need to know where you fit in, and I'll tell you there are like 12 categories that are best known for models that are working and paying models. So I don't restrict models because of their height or body measurements or their scars. I believe that we are all beautiful in our own different ways. We just need to know where we fit in and which category we fit in. So for me, what I do is I don't like specifically put you in high fashion just because you're 5'8" and above. I take you through the session so that you can be able to discover yourself and get to know which category works best for you. So it's open for anyone who wants to be a model. My aim is just to guide you and show you where you're supposed to fit in through the sessions and the classes.
My question to you is, do they get to pay? And if yes, what are the charges?
So I charge my sessions. My session are 2 hours, and each session is 1,000 bob. And if you want 5 to 6 sessions, you pay 6,000, whereby the sessions are included of a portfolio. And if I get a job, the best thing with me is that you are the first model that I'm going to refer to any client, because I believe now you are ready to go out there and represent the skills that have impacted to you, and you're able now to work on your own. So there are so many benefits. So I just need you to come in. We have a sit down, we discuss and see where you fit in. For me, I don't like charging models registration fee whereby you come into my management and you are stuck with me for 1 year. I believe you can even have a 1-day session of 2 hours, and after that you're able to represent yourself without even me being there. So that is my joy, giving you that skill and releasing you to the world and letting you take that space on your own and just come back to me when you need maybe help or guidance in one way or another. Yeah.
Thank you. So where can we get you guys on social media?
Okay, kwa Facebook unapatikana kama Taylor Miki, Instagram @Taylor Miki. Yeah.
Facebook, my personal account is Helen Mwanzia. Business account is Haley Model Management. And in Instagram, Haley_Mwanzia. Haley Model Management. Thank you.
On Facebook, Hebrews Fashion Line. On Instagram, Hebrews Fashion Line. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. Let's clap for them as they leave the stage. Sanero, what's next? Tupoe mziki kidogo as we wait for the next presentation.
BG. Sawa, ambao ukiangalia tumeweza kumpoteza Disemba tarehe 29. Tumempoteza Disemba tarehe 29 na ameserve for so long. Alizaliwa 1922. So akaanza safari yake ya fashion 1950. Introduce the first bubble dress 1954. Na ni jamaa alikuwa anadili na mambo ya perfume, fashion. So tukaweza kumpoteza just last year 2020 tarehe 29 Disemba. So ningeomba tusimame tuweke moment of silent kiasi just for some minute, aniseme minute tu, alafu tutaonesha video yake kiasi hapa, tutaiangalia from there. Tutamkaribisha Jojo Fashions, atakuwa na presenter items zingine ambazo zimefanywa na the fashionista ambao tumeweza kumpoteza, si ndio? So saizi ningeomba tusimame kidogo tu tafadhali. Kwa wale naongea tafadhali mgeuke, kama kuna mpunza kuongea mambo tu. Moment of silence. Asante, tunaweza kaa saizi, tunaweza angalia hii short movie ambayo tutachezewa na upande huu, tutaiangalia tu hapa, then from there tutamkaribisha Jojo Fashions na atatutake through. Karibu sana.
His shop is in the center of Paris. Pierre Cardin. He's been a designer for more than 60 years. 60 years. And he's never stopped challenging convention. This might look better if I were French. Anyway, I didn't really come to buy anything, but to meet Monsieur Cardin himself. He'll be 90 this year, and his office is just upstairs.
But look my room. Today it was clean, now look my office.
It's not really messy, it's filled with memories. He's been celebrated.
The Time magazine. Yes, I see.
He's known everybody.
Jacqueline Kennedy. This is with Fidel Castro when I was in Cuba.
And he was commissioned by the Beatles to design these suits. This is Pierre Cardin. His creations alone would have made him famous, but as a young designer, he took on the titans of French couture and changed the entire industry. But I'll come back to that, because now, nearly 9 working.
Today is more fancy.
Last fall, he presented a new collection.
My new hotel. You're doing a hotel?
He's published a magazine, had foreign literature translated to French.
I make so many things, in my life, so many.
Given millions to promote young artists, and when France awarded him its highest honor,
And Pierre Cardin.
he designed his own sword.
I drew myself. When I was finished one thing very well, I started something else. I don't like stop. I like to come to prove myself. I'm a gambler,
He threw this party last year at Maxime's, one of the oldest and most famous restaurants in Paris. 30 years ago, when the original owners told him they wanted to sell, he bought it.
In one day I decided, one day, cost a lot of million, a lot.
He was actually born in Italy, Pietro Cardin.
I was born in this window.
His family came to France. He entered the business
When I was 14.
By the 1960s,
Cardin heeft een speelse inval.
he was everywhere. His designs defined the decade. Just ask the executive fashion and beauty editor of Harper's Bazaar, Avril Graham.
See, when I look at a dress like this, I think it screams what Pierre Cardin was about in the 60s. His love of geometric patterns, circles, that sort of space-age avant-garde that he was so famous for, and that very